It's really rubbing it in, that he's giving you HBQ £140 donation to put you in the lead of the charity run. That's not
Did he?
fair.
Did he actually do that? I haven't even checked my Mixcloud to
Yeah,
see
he's giving
what
you.
he's done.
He will donated it on your behalf. Yeah,
I am
it's
going
not
to.
fair.
I'm going to step in there and have a look. Well, it's all for the name of charity. To be quite honest with you, it's. I wish
Yeah,
it was for me,
but
but
why is he
it's
giving
not.
you £140? Why didn't he split it in half and give me
Well,
70, you 70, so that I can
uh,
donate to my charity? But
maybe I'm doing a little bit more of a better job. Maybe that's what Carl is indicating there. But thank you very much, Carl Bassett, for that. We are still collecting. I know it's gone a bit quiet. Don't worry, the money's still there, clinking away in the Mixcloud cyber place. And at the end of the month, we're going to be totaling up the amounts, and the full amount's going to be going to the charities that we specify. So, for those that have given so far, thank you so much. I'm trying to. Oh, look, I'm going into the earnings now. Let's see. Let's see
let me
what I've
see how
got in
much I've got
tips.
now. Let me see how much I've got in tips so far.
Let's see. Oh. I've had it up.
Let's have a
No, he
look.
hasn't. I don't see it from Carl Bassett. I see
No, he's
five.
donated. He's donated it already
Ah,
directly.
that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Carl. It's all appreciated, and it's all in the name of charity. So, for those that still want to tip, please do so. I know that my stream is not on here. Maybe I should put it on there. But feel free to come and tip HPQ. I'm going to do a Mixcloud live session one day, very soon. I haven't been on Mixcloud for ages, so maybe I'll do that before the end of January and do a charity drive then. Perhaps Sharky and I might do a day show and see what we do
Yeah,
in the day. See who comes on. Let's
the
do a charity
long, long
drive show.
day of music.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
bring on different DJs for like 30 minutes or something like
yeah. I think so.
that.
I think so. That would be
Get
good.
Martin back on, I reckon.
Yeah,
Get
yeah. We'll
Martin
organize.
on.
We'll,
Martin's just disappeared off the face of the earth, isn't it?
or we'll do a Valentine's special. We'll do something. We'll work something out. But I've woken up this morning, and by the way, there was a track that you played that I
Hmm.
shazammed. I think you did a rewind on it. Uh,
Oh,
it,
and Gonda.
that's him.
Dalen
That's
and
him.
Gonda.
That's
Yeah.
him. That's him. I shazammed that
But
tune
I've
straight
played
away.
that so many times.
Oh, I can't remember it, but it was
Played it
a.
so many times. I've played it so much last year. I was like, okay, this is gonna catch on, but nobody's like, But I think that's a bad track.
It is. It definitely is. But grand rising to everybody. Susan Simpson in the chat. Melly Mel, Carl Bassett, as we said. Laurie, Kelza P, DJ Juicy. I should be. Haven't seen you for ages, my darling. How are you? Janet Bajan Fitness UK. Oh gosh, I don't know who else. If I've
Salsa
forgotten anybody. And
Jan.
Spice Nice. Thank you for tuning in. Now I've woken up this morning to snow. The weather report said it's going to feel like, what is it, -7,
Yeah.
-9 all this week. We've got a cold front coming in and slashing us from left to right. So, guys, if you think your central heating was running the other week with weather, it's going to be running again. Expect some nice, juicy bills this quarter for your central heating because it's cold. It's cold. It really is cold. It's bitter. It
Mm.
is. It is. But let's see how long it lasts. But yes, a little slither of snow hit us in the Midlands last night. Let's see what the rest of the week is to come. Now, before I bring you onto the news, I just want to quickly talk about this for a second. Now, I wanted to open up a new bank account because Virgin Money are doing some very favorable savings rates. And I
Mm-hmm.
do encourage everyone to look at savers rates. We do know that just after COVID, they had dropped down to like less than 1%. Now you can get 2 points, 3 points, maybe 4% interest rates for savings accounts, but always shop around for the best, especially if you've got easy access and not locked in for a year or two. Now, Virgin Money were doing a great deal, I think at 6 or 7% in their savings account. They said, all you got to do is have a Virgin Money Plus account. Great. Checks my credit rating. I'm going to say this on air. I'm 965 out of 999, right? So my credit rating is good. Excellent. So I'm thinking, no problem. So I apply for Virgin Money for a savings account and just the M Plus account, not an overdraft, not no loans, not no credit cards. I got turned down. Credit file says that you're not worthy of an account. I was mortified. I was like, what? How dare they? So then I've done a quick experience search that didn't reveal anything. So I ordered my credit rating report, and I got the letter and I sat down yesterday and had a look at my credit report. Now, credit reports seem to have changed over the years.
Mm.
Okay. And I know that government can now get access to all of your pay as you earn records. If you go into your pay as you earn on HMRC, you'll see everywhere that you've earned, tax you've paid, pensions, all sorts of things. With the credit rating report, it shows every address that you've listed, every address that you may have researched that's linked to the address that you on, every company that has ever asked for credit rating. That's obvious. That's always been there. But what's on there now is every single bank account that you've got and what the balance is on each of those bank accounts, whether they're closed, open, inactive, or not. So I have a number of bank accounts, not because I've got a lot of money, but I just like to do different things with the bank accounts, with my several bank accounts. Everything stays separate. So I've got 4 or 5. All of those were on there, plus any others that I had, everyone that was shut down, the balances when they were cleared, the whole lot. So I know the credit card information was always on there, but every single bank account, the balances for the last 12, 36, 48, whatever months, it's a complete credit history. Everything is on there. So those of you that are trying to hide your bank accounts from HMRC, right, or credit reference agencies, they know everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything. I was shocked yesterday when I had to look through. So don't
Yeah.
feel say that you are saying to the tax man, here's one bank account and this is where I'm injecting my money. There's details of every single bank account, savings account that you've got on your credit file report.
Mm.
Just
So they
thought
can
you'd like
see
to.
if you are spreading your money about. And yeah, absolutely.
They do. They
They
do.
are locking you down. And when they get this digital currency, it's going to be even worse when that comes in.
Because then they can really track it. I'm telling you, everyone that
Mm.
is fiat currency, which is paper money, it's called fiat currency. It's going within the next, I'd say, 10 years. And we'll be moving to digital currency. I
Yeah,
mean,
they've
look,
already
look,
got a
look, look at
DGC.
now with car transactions. All of that
Mm.
is traceable, and you link it to your loyalty cards, and even then,
They've
you've got the big stores that can do all the demographic work on where we spend, how we live, what kind of food habits we have, how many times we come into a shop, what we buy when we're in there. And so that's how you work out what stores stock what in supermarkets. You ever notice you go into a store and all of a sudden there's a load of black products in there because you're in a black area, or Asian or Polish, even they know what's going on. So, we can always say be careful of what information you put online, but most of the time now, whenever you go anywhere, whenever you sign
mm.
up to anything, there's hardly any guest accounts. Most of them are asking for your email. Most of them are asking for a telephone number, and they're all mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we need some spam emails, some spam mobile numbers, and some spam bank accounts, and just really go MIA.
Ooh,
You've got
HPQ.
Yeah. Well, you know what I've got to do, that I haven't done for ages is watch some movies and talk about some of the movies that I've seen. I will come on to some news, don't worry, I will do. But need to talk about this because whenever I watch something really moving or funny, I've got to share it with people and I've got to get them to encourage them to watch these shows or movies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of them is Why Did I Get Married? It's a Tyler Perry movie. And who does it star again? Who is in it? I've forgotten who's in it. The name of the person that's in it. Well, Tyler Perry is obviously in it, and there was somebody else that's quite pertinent, but I've forgotten. It's gone. It will come back. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a great movie. It's about couples. Janet Jackson's in it, by the way, and it's about a set of friends and they're couples, and they go on this couples retreat, and they all got marriage problems. Each one of them all got marriage problems in
Standard.
different ways. Yeah, and it all just kicks off, right? And just the different characters, and it's so funny how, and it shows you how the women think and how the women bandy together and how men think. And it's so weird because one of the guys was having an affair, and the women were just like, who's this woman that he's brought along? And they're just like bandering together to get this woman out, and the men are like, high five, yeah, 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 you're doing that, and it's so weird. The women are just like mortified, upset, and the men are like, yeah, 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 you're doing it, but it does say some,
Go on, my son.
yeah, it does say some really important things about how people are supposed to listen to each other, the issues that do occur in marriages, and how people have to work it out. and the art of compromise is one of the biggest learners there. And I think Janet Jackson, who plays kind of like a leader, I think she's actually a marriage guidance counselor as well. And at one point, when the husbands had all, I don't want to give it away, they had walked out. But anyway, and Janet Jackson says, do this exercise whereby you get a sheet of paper and you write all the good things about them on one side, or the bad things about them on the other side. And if the bad outweigh the good, then you know it's time to walk. But if it doesn't, you know that you should really stay and try and work it out, because there is a lot more good than bad. But if the bad is outweighing the good, then walk, but do the exercise. And they did the exercise, and there was things that happened. But watch the movie, please. Tyler Perry's Why Did I Get Married?
I think I've seen that movie, actually. I think I have seen it. I'll watch it again. It's been out a little while. Is it a new movie? It's been out a while, hasn't it?
I think it's been out for a few years. I don't think it's
I've seen it. I have
a brand
seen
new
it.
movie.
Yeah.
Now, Sharky, I'm going to beg you to play this clip, because I think my system is going to slow down. But on my brand, it's called The Hunt Game. Don't play it just yet. I'll just play after I've spoken about this. But Adelaide McKenzie, I don't even know if she's on. We were in a jokes group, and she put details down of this new game show that she's been watching. And she says, I've been getting jokes. So I watched it yesterday. It's a YouTube series. I think it's based in Africa. I don't know what country. I wish Lady B was on. She may be able to translate some. But it's a game show, and basically what happens is that a set of women or a set of men come on, and they have balloons called Pop the Balloon Hunt Game Show, and a girl comes on immediately as they see her, that they can opt to pop the balloon, which means they're not interested whatsoever. And during the course of the conversations, they can pop them, and the blue balloons mean they like them, and potentially there's a date. However, the show is with a difference. It is highly critical. It's not like nicey like Blind Date. This is going for the jugular. So please play this clip. I've spliced it up a little bit because it's like just over a minute. So watch this, and I'll tell you about the details of where you can watch this on YouTube. But really, it does go for the jugular just a little bit. It really does.
Welcome to the Hunt Game Show. And this is Pop the Balloon segment, and we have men, odogus. We listen to you people. You said you want men. We brought them. They are here to find love. Are you ready to find love? Yeah. Guys have popped their balloons for you. That means they're not even feeling you at all. They say you are ugly. Aww. That's what they are saying. So
the reason why I pop my balloon is, everybody has mirror in their house, and even if you don't have mirror, you should have your phone screen to look at yourself in the house before leaving. Yeah. So I want to know why you're looking like the lost colors of a rainbow when coming to a show like this.
I know there is.
You need to rebrand yourself, like you revamp yourself before coming to. You look at your other girls and copy from them.
Low.
I am not.
So you know what?
Anything.
Continuity with you is just a mere waste of time. So you know what?
You gave me an answer that I didn't ask for. I didn't know. I don't want to know your marital status. I don't care about that. You are the one that started telling me you're looking for a wife. Who gives? You said I'm not your spec already. End of story. So why are you going on and on about looking for a wife and look questions and whatever?
You are beautiful, but she's too big. Her stomach, I can't differentiate it from her ass. Someone like you now, I'll start looking for pekus. When I want to, I'll have to raise your stomach and look for pekus. Sorry.
What are you wearing? Excuse me. What are you talking about?
Prada, off-white, Nike.
And you look a mess.
How?
Bad mess. Your stomach is too big. Just try and arrange it.
I can lose weight. What will you do to your face?
Oh my God, that is ruthless. Oh God.
Listen, it gets worse than that. One man says something about women, and the host goes, he's saying you look like a prostitute. What do you say about that? And I'm like, oh my God, this was one show. I think there's like 30 odd series on there. I will post a link in the chat as soon as after this track that Sharky's going to play. I will post the links up. The show is hilarious. I'm going to sit down and watch the whole of it this week.
Do you know what?
It's lethal. It's lethal.
When she walked on, and everyone just popped every single balloon. Could you just imagine, like, walking on, and all the balloons just go pop, 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 pop. Oh my gosh! Listen, Kelsa says, "What's the show called?"
I'll put it in the chat. It's called The Hunt Show. Pop the balloon. I'm gonna get the links right now. Sharky, play a couple of tracks. I'm gonna go offline. I'm gonna post up these links for you guys to watch. The show is it's out of this world. Honestly.
That reminds me of a show. What's that show? That Essex show that used to with the guys likey or don't likey. That one. What's the name of it? That dating show. It reminds me of that dating show. Like you switch the lights off. That's it. If you like it, keep your lights on. If you don't like it, turn. Do you know what? Let me play this track. Dear. That was. Do you know what? When you was telling me about that show, I was like, okay. But now that I've seen it, it's going to be definitely a show that we'll be talking about over the next couple of weeks after we've watched it.
Watch some of these episodes and come back and review some of those. I mean, it was lethal. There was a few swear words in there. Which is why I had to splice the video down, because my girl, the voluptuous girl, she was going for the juggler with some of them. She really did. She held her own. There was another lady that came in and she was like model-esque, very tall, very beautiful, and she had like a puff afro, but they were criticizing her hair and pop the balloons just because of her hair. And what they do as well, I don't know what it is, but they all talk about what clothes they have and how much each item costs. What are you wearing? How much did it cost? And there was one where everyone was talking about how much each part of their clothing costs, and someone was saying this one costs 150k, and I'm like, 150k? But when you translated it from naira to sterling, you realise it's something like that. I know Willow's just jumped up
across the camera there. I was thinking, what's that glare?
It's her tail. And they talk about 150k naira or what it is, but it's not big amounts. It's small amounts in English money. But yes, the show is definitely difficult to watch at time. I don't know if I could put myself through that, going on stage and having all the balloons popped and then someone looking me up from my toes right the way up to my hair, talking about every aspect and criticizing it to hell. Now, those guys, they weren't the most favourable of the lineup, were they? I looked at them and I thought, who are you to talk about how someone else looks?
For real.
They weren't the best lineup. She said, "I bought you men," and I looked at them. I was like, "Really? Is this it? Is this the pickings that these ladies have got?" I wouldn't even walk in. I'd pop my own balloon and say, "It's all right, I'm gone."
Oh dear! I tell you what, we'll have to do a late night show with a late night show with the swear and review some of this. Maybe we just do a late night show.
It's true, and just talk about this. Yeah, we'll do that one day.
We've been saying we're gonna do a raunchy late night show for a long time. I think it's about time we set up a late night show. There is Willow. Good morning.
Yeah, there she is. She's nestled in on my lap, and she won't move right now. You saw her in the side there, just kind of moving and standing up. Yeah. She often comes and sits on my lap in the breakfast show, and now she's comfy. She don't want to move at all. So say good morning, Willow. She always comes to join us and says hello. All comfy there. Anyway, coming back to some more news. Now there's a couple of people making the news again this week. That's staying in the news. First of all, I kind of want to talk about P. Diddy. Now, I know it's gone a bit silent, but I've just been kind of like watching Jaguar White, still watching details on what's going on. Now, they're talking about all the people that have disappeared around P. Diddy and that these deaths should really be investigated. Andre Harrell, Heavy D, Grace Kennedy, not Cassie, who was his ex-wife that died in suspicious circumstances quite recently. Can't remember what her name was, not Paula, whatever her name was. And I can't remember who the others were, but there's been loads of suspicious deaths and they're calling for him to be investigated. Now, Grace Kennedy was one of them. Now, Grace Kennedy worked as an intern at Bad Boy Records and was around P. Diddy for a while, and then she left him. Kim Porter, thank you very much, Melly Mel. And she was around him for a while. She left. And I don't know the circumstances, but she wrote a book called Bling. And this book was about the goings-on at so-called, it was written kind of fiction, but it was based on the goings-on at Bad Boy Records and at his mansion. Now, it had some revelations in there, and obviously after the book was released, it was a #1 bestseller, and then she passed. And ask me if you can find a copy of Bling. I'm going to ask all my Mixcloud followers, because I spent the weekend looking for this book. There is no copies of this book, Bling, anywhere. Amazon, everywhere is saying out of stock. We're only getting 1 a month or 6 a month or something, completely out of stock. And also the ones that are for sale are the people that have them, that know that they can sell them on eBay for something like £300. But P. Diddy has erased every book. I'm not saying it's him, but why is every single book gone? It's either sold out because people have bought it to read about what's going on. And in that case, why are there no more stocks of the books? Why has it never been restocked? If it's been a New York bestseller, why is it not been reprinted? So none of those are available. So when you start thinking about some of the actions of people around him and the stories, I think people are piecing two and two together, and it's adding up to 10. It's definitively adding up to 10 with P. Diddy and is it Sean Love Daddy Sugar now? I don't know. He's changed his name again. It's got some love. Sean Love Coombs. That's it. That's his new name. Because apparently he decided to give all the artists back their rights as well. And this is in the wake of all the scandals. He's trying to do right, but he can't do right. He can't do right by what he's done. It's going to come out. It's going to come out just like it's coming out about Prince Andrew. He's so embedded in this scandal with Jeffrey Epstein. It's unbelievable. And King Charles is making moves to evict him from the cottage that he's in now and move him over to Frogmore House, which Harry and Meghan was at. And he doesn't want to move there because he's seen as very low level down the throne, and obviously he courted himself as a very high ranking royal who could make connections. That's what Prince Andrew was doing in his ambassador role, so-called ambassador role, touting with the rich and some paedophilia on the side there as well. But his name has been mentioned loads of times in these court papers that have now come out, and the palace is now in uproar at the antics and the so-called allegations that have been made against Prince Andrew. There's no more for him now. He's gone now.
He's done. Is he done?
Bye.
Done now? Is he done? Bye bye.
Bye. I hope
Goodbye.
so.
Good riddance. Get rid
Bye.
of bad rubbish. That kind of thing.
He didn't do anything for the role. Him,
He
the whole
didn't, did he?
They're criticizing Harry and Meggie. When you think about Sarah Ferguson, remember the scandals around her.
Yeah.
The toe sucking, first of all. You know, of the
Toe sucking.
Yep, the American businessman that sucked her toes. That was in front page news. And then she's gone bankrupt a few times. And then she got filmed Fake Shake. Remember the Fake Shake? Where she was filmed getting money from this sheikh in order to get access to Prince Andrew. She was like, oh, if you give me some money, I can get you access to Prince Andrew. And he has such major influence. That means that at that time, you know that Prince Andrew was dealing with Jeffrey Epstein. That's who the door opener was. And so, you know, that all should be revisited. She got off that. And I don't know. I'm not paying for that. Why are we paying for scandals? Harry and Meghan have run. Everyone's saying kick them out. But these four are ciphering off the money. They don't deserve to be in the royal family. I'm sorry. They've done nothing. Not even Waity Katie. None of them. Nah. Sorry, that's my... You better play a track before I start ranting on about the royal family and get myself into trouble. If I ever make it big one day, I certainly wouldn't. I'll be brought down by all of this chat I've got. Brought completely down.
So, you know what? Even I was looking. I did see a book bling. I thought, oh, that's it. But it's the wrong author. But we do need to find that book. We do need to find it. A decent rate.
I'm searching for it. I really am. And if I can get it at a good price, I will buy it because I need to read that book.
Yeah,
So
we all need to read it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's a free download because there's sites where there's.
Yeah, you might be able to.
I've
got quite a few book sites that I actually download. I'm going to check and see if it's in any of those sites. Because some of them, you must be able. We'll search.
Yes, please. Now, I'm gonna give a bit of news about Fujitsu and this Horizon IT scandal. Now, we all know the story of the Postmaster scandal. We had Mr. Bates versus the government or whatever it was. That's come on. But now they've been digging into Horizon right now. And what we don't realize is that what happened is a major court case came in 2000, since 2000 or whatever year it was that they started to be prosecuted. And I think in 2021 or 2019, there was a massive court case brought out against the post office and they won. And it was all about faulty systems. It was ruled that the systems must have been faulty. So for all these years, these postmasters were being prosecuted for a faulty system, which was made by Fujitsu. Now, you'd think that if Fujitsu was making a faulty system, that you wouldn't give someone like that a contract again. You'd tell them to fix themselves up or fix the systems. What I don't realize is that Fujitsu have a lifetime contract with the post office, a 2.9 billion lifetime contract with the post office. So it doesn't look like the post office can get rid of them. What contract they're in, who negotiated that contract, I don't know. But Fujitsu also have 2 billion in new contracts awarded since that court ruling in 2019.
Wow.
Okay, they are a key strategic supplier to the government. So the work that the contracts include contracts with the Home Office, HMRC, the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, and the Department for Work and Pensions. Okay, and like I said, that 2 billion figure does not include the 2.4 billion lifetime contract with the post office with this faulty Horizon system. Now, on Wednesday, the Scottish government moved to review some contracts with Fujitsu after the criticism and the role of its Justice Secretary in some of this scandal as well. But people have no idea why the government is continuing to give Fujitsu contracts. There's been bugs, errors, and flaws in their system, and they've made almost 7 billion from 200 IT contracts since 2012. That's Fujitsu. And its biggest repeat customers are the Ministry of Defence, the Home Office, HMRC, and the FCA.
Gosh.
And they've never had any form of punishment since this Horizon scandal. So I don't get what happened. So they give us faulty systems, right? Sub postmasters are prosecuted, found it's their systems, and there's no prosecution going on there, and the government pays out. I don't understand. So they're getting paid for bringing us a faulty system. And what's this 2.94 billion lifetime contract? Why is a firm having a lifetime contract? Well, I dug a little bit even further and found this, right? So I don't even know if this is all up there. So Gillian Keegan's husband was the CEO of Fujitsu, and she's part of the government, the company at the center of the post office scandal. Fujitsu is a partner of Infosys. Infosys is owned by Sunak's wives. So the prime minister, his wife owns Infosys.
The family, yeah.
It's a family business, hence the reason why Fujitsu is getting all the government contracts.
Wow.
It's all hand-holding,
Yeah.
nepotism.
And people don't really
like
know
that.
these things, isn't it? I mean, it's like, it gets swept under the carpet. The news, I'm sure a lot of the media know all about this, but I'm sure they're getting their payoffs.
Well, which is why I couldn't understand why the government was moving so swiftly to pay out all the sub-postmasters. Scandal came out, all of a sudden they're passing laws, and Richie Sunak saying, we're going to immediately pay out all these people money. They're going to get compensation. We're going to sort them all out. They're going to be exonerated. And this is happening in a blink of an eye. And I'm going to say this again, and I spoke about this last week about Windrush. That was a massive, huge scandal. That was
Big
a
time.
miscarriage of justice way beyond the scale of the postmasters. So why is the government not moving to fix and make that right as quickly as they are with the post office? Yes, we've got the compensation scheme, but it's one of the most difficult schemes to try and get compensation from. And we've still got people stuck in countries that shouldn't have been there. So if you're going to concentrate on the postmasters, concentrate on Windrush. But we all know why that is. It's because your hands are dirty, Rishi. And we know that if it comes out to light, that it's all going to come out. And it is coming out. Some of these people have to pay the price. I'm telling you. It's a scandal. It's a scandal. Now, with that, that's some bad news. I'm going to bring something happy before Sharky plays a break. Now, I found this. Sharky, I don't know if you actually want to play this for me. It's called Child Genius. Now, we know that all children can be geniuses. Okay. And if we, work and support our kids rightly, they can learn so much. They're like a sponge. They can take in and learn anything from a young age. But watch this child. Very, very impressive. Very impressive.
我在父为父，都在父为一，是在父为追父，追父。
Good job! Yay!
How impressive is that? That just melted my heart when I watched that. I mean, he spoke like he was a little Teletubby, right? The little
Teletubby.
boy can't even get his words out, but he can do his multiplication, long multiplication, work out figures. Right, look at his writing. Even it's not even a scrawl; it's in line. He even rubbed it out to make it neater. And look how excited he was to do that. If we gave our children just an iota of that encouragement, look what they could do. Honestly, that just brought love in my heart. I love things like that. I really do.
I have a nephew exactly like that. My sister's son he's right up there with the maths from young.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a teenager now, but when he was young, he loved maths. You just couldn't give him anything, he wouldn't solve it. Yeah, it's nice when you have young kids like that love their maths and they grow up to be mathematicians.
Well, it's
Some
not
of
even
them.
just maths. I think kids that just enjoy anything that they
Or
are
anything
doing
that
and
they
they
do,
do it
yeah.
to the best of their ability and excited about the fact that they've achieved that, whether it's maths, English, a toy, doing something, working something out. We need to encourage our children to do other stuff other than give them an iPad and a phone and get them to watch what's on there. We are producing a nation of lazy children. We didn't have all this when we were younger and we survived and we had a good time as well. And we've just lost the art of being creative with our children. We turn to technology to keep them occupied and they're learning stuff that they shouldn't be learning really at their age. And some of it is good, but keep an eye on what your kids are doing. It's really, really important. And after Sharky plays a track, we'll come back to some of these comments that are in the chat room about Fujitsu. I haven't ignored them. And we'll come back to that. That's a lovely track, very beautiful track. I asked for that tune. You saw me just slide that into your chat there, slid my messages into your DMs, as they say, a direct messaging. And I'm just reading back in the chat from what we were talking about with Fujitsu. First of all, I think D Brown was asking for the book on P. Diddy, which we gave you, Bling by Grace Kennedy. And if you've got a few free websites, please send to me. I would love to see if I can download the book. I think everyone wants to read it right now. That'd be very interesting. And Mary Pig says Fujitsu can be pursued civilly under the contract by the government. There's probably a non-disclosure agreement. It's likely Fujitsu is compensating. I think she's probably written the government, and that the finances the compensation. Finances are the compensation. Okay, Susan Simpson says, haven't the post office been told to pay compensation from their profits? Yes, post office is paying compensation. I think that the government is also paying compensation. I think 600,000 as a minimum for each sub postmaster. But what about Fujitsu? They're being paid a lot of money for a faulty system that these people got blamed for. So yes, they're going to be exonerated. Yes, they are going to get some money. But at the heart of the matter is Fujitsu. What's happening with them? Why have they got all the contracts? They run DBS as well. You know, when you get your checks with database for criminal records database, sorry, I should say. They run that also, as well as many other government contracts. So what else is being blamed for faults? You know, and what can I say? We know
What
how
can you
they're
say?
entangled within the government already. I've revealed that Rishi Sunak's wife is closely linked to Infosys, which is a partner brand. They're on the supplier list. Why are they still on the supplier list? Maybe I need to go and work in government. We need to get someone in government, please. Can someone get themselves nominated for MP?
Get in there.
Get in there and speak for the
Get in there.
people. This is not real life stuff that they actually report on. But talking about real life stuff, right? There's a housing crisis going on. Now, in countries like Japan, there is a shortage of space, and whoever's been to Japan will know that people live in very small, compact places. And sites like Temu, which is, I think it's an Asian site, you often find space-saving type devices and things that you can put in your home to make space. I love watching them sometimes. They just pack up, a table of 6 chairs, and a table could just be slid up as a flat pack on the wall or something like that. But they've got tiny houses. And there's a tiny house that has been built. Now, the question is, would you ever live in a tiny house? I've got a video there, Sharky. For those on listening on the news, it's a video about this tiny, tiny house. It's a shame you're not on Mixcloud. If you are, pass over there. But watch this. I've tried to splice it down as little as possible, but it's very interesting. Watch.
That right there has 4 apartments inside. This is the world's thinnest apartment. This right here is the wall. So these are the stairs. The stairs are very vertical, and you have this little rail to hold on to. But the one we're going to is up here. All right. And this is the apartment. Let's start off with the bathroom. So this is the shower right here. There it is. Well, actually, first, this is the kitchen. Your cooking station. You have 1 stove, 1 sink, and then you have a little fridge in there. But this is your apartment. This is your living area. In total, there's 11 square meters. That's 119 square feet. And yeah, this is where you sleep. This is where you chill. This is everything. But take a look at the view. And here, you actually have surprisingly good storage. I think it's even good enough to sleep someone. I mean, if you bring a friend, look at that. Where's the actual toilet? So you got to go outside, push this, and it's actually right here. That's your master bathroom right there. And they've like completely made use of every last space. So toilet's there, and then that right there, the thinnest part of the entire apartment, is for your sink. So how much does something like this actually cost? Well, if you want to rent this place, it's about $266 a month. What do you guys think? Would you do it?
That's very cheap, isn't it? $266 a month.
There's 4 apartments in that building. Did you see how thin it was? It was about the size of him.
Yeah.
That sink had to be put inside. Had to be put in sideways. You could just about splash your face, I think. Just about. I mean, for me, it would be fine. I could fit in there. It'd be nice. I could walk into that bathroom. I wouldn't have to duck down. For 5'2" people and under, it's perfect. It really is. And even sleeping in that cupboard, I could fit myself snugly in there. But I don't know if you're a little bit taller than that. But Asian people by nature are quite small people. You know, they're not huge people.
What country is that in?
I think it was Japan.
Okay.
I think it was Japan. The world's tiniest house. It's a tiny, tiny house, isn't it?
It's a very small house. Extremely, isn't it?
It really is. And talking about tiny things, now we've got new technology coming out. And
sorry, Origami says my gel cell has more room. Good morning, Origami. Oh, that was funny. Morning, Nats as well.
I'm not on the. Okay, I can see Origami's message there. Yes, Nat says Japan. Yes, good morning, Nats. I hope you're fine, my darling. I saw you on lots of streams last night. There was lots going on last night. Last night was quite busy for streams. But yeah, I don't know if I could live there. Maybe for, I could do it for a couple of months if I was working out there for a couple of months. But that could not be my main
What
home.
about a holiday?
That one room, 11 square meters to sleep, cook, entertain. Where's the bed? There wasn't even a bed in there. So by the time you get the bed in there, you could just about walk round everything.
You'd have to get half of a single bed.
Or one of those sofa, kind of
How
like
would
a
the bed
sofa
actually
fold
get
out
up there,
table.
actually? I suppose you'd have to sleep on the floor or something like that, because you ain't going to get a bed up them stairs.
That's what I mean. How's a bed going to get in there? How are you going to get your cases up those thin flights of stairs? Did you see how he was walking up there? I sped some of it up, but
Listen, it's
a,
going to be a
and
blow
he
up
says you have to
everything.
actually hold on to the rail to come up the stairs. They're that steep. Like if anyone's been to the Netherlands, they have some very steep stairs in their properties as well, almost thin like them and taller, but a little bit more room. Now, Apple spoke about the launch of their kind of like smart ring, and with that, Amazon has now launched their smart ring, also called Amazfit, the new Hilo smart ring. And it tracks your vitals such as your heart rate, your blood oxygen, sleep, stress. and it focuses on recovery stats using readiness scores. Now, these rings are now coming out. This is the new technology of the future. I haven't got a picture of it, unfortunately. I did show it a couple of weeks ago, but it is almost like a silver band, like this one, that goes on your finger, and it tracks a lot more than sleeping with a clumpy watch on your hand. It needs to be charged. So I like the idea of this ring transmitting data about your heart rate. This is if you do a lot of fitness, or if you're worried about, you've got some kind of cardiac issues or so, or sleep issues like myself. I'm a bit of a night bird here. So it's good for those that do want to track those vital organs. And also, if you are an innovator and you like to be on the forefront of technology, then get yourself one. I want to get myself one of those VR masks, those virtual reality things. I really do want to get one and try one of those out.
You'd end up smashing into the wall. I've seen you in a VR mask. Actually, I've actually got a video somewhere. If I can find one and play it.
And I'm so clumsy as well, so it'll be fun. I'd have to put
Maybe I'll play it
cushioning
tomorrow
around
morning.
absolutely everything. Now, Nat says she just opened her eyes. 5:41 Antigua. Don't do that, because it's cold and there's snow outside and it's not melting. It's just getting harder out there. And you're talking about Antigua. Oh, don't want to know, Nats. I'm sorry. And she says Asian living, whole different level of thinking and efficiency. Yes, they are efficient, aren't they? We don't live efficiently. We don't build with thinking about the future. Just kind of build for now. These small houses that can't really do much. And D Brown says you'll need an inflatable bed to sleep. Fold up bed more like. There's one of those futon mattresses you can fold up and pack away. I've got like a single bed kind of fold up. It folds up in almost like a chair type scenario, folds up and puts in a pack, and it's like a single bed. So yeah, efficiency is the way forward, I say. Efficiency. And with that, Sharky DJ, over to you. Now, talking about smart devices and smart systems, I was watching a TV ad the other day, and they're bringing out smart windows. If not, they're out already. Now, there are devices such as smart locks that smart devices you put near a window or on a window that detects when a window has actually been opened and so forth. So you can get those already. But smart windows are coming in where you don't need the additional devices to put on the windows. Your window will be able to signal back through Wi-Fi if a window has been opened, and you'll be able to check, and I think there's imaging that will come through. I cannot remember if it's in development or whether it's out now. I was just busy searching for it whilst I bought that story on the Amazfit ring to see if I could find out some more. But there are smart window installation sites that you can go on to see how you can make your home more secure without the need for incessant locks, key locks and things. And let's see where this is going. Soon you'll be able to it will close the window for you, lock it up, tell you when it's open, or you'll be able to put on a schedule of when you want your window opened and closed. It will be that way. I've just bought myself a fire alarm system. It's a 6 module that's linked by Wi-Fi. So that's my phone ringing. So if one goes off, it links with all the other fire alarm system, and they all go off at the same time. So it will alert everybody in the house. So all of that kind of technology I love. I always love all of that. So kind of need to embrace some of this technology, I think, and not always dismiss it. What do you reckon, Sharky?
Yeah, I love technology. I love Wi-Fi technology. I mean, it can go wrong sometimes. It can. But I do like Wi-Fi technology. All my streaming system is all Wi-Fi. It's all done through the Wi-Fi, and it works really well. Has let me down once, but obviously that was a setting which I found out. But yes, definitely.
And I'm coming back to Origami's message saying my mother-in-law won't fit.
Won't fit wide.
And that's bringing me back to that film that I said I watched. What was it? Why am I married? Or the film I was speaking about earlier. I've lost my notes. Yeah, that's it. Jill Scott was the other person that's in that film.
Yeah.
And she plays the role of a wife that's quite overweight, and her husband doesn't love her because of that, and he is a bit of a nightmare. And there was a couple of funny parts in that show in relation to that. But please do watch that film. It's a great film. Really, really, really funny, heartwarming. Jill Scott does this bit at the end where she speaks and she's crying. And I think the other stars they're crying in there in sympathy with her. But I think it's actually real tears because she plays a really good performance. I was there bawling my eyes out. You know, I cry at a fluffy animal or an NS animal kind of rescue show, anything like that. I cry at. So, yeah, you got to watch that film. Brilliant film. Brilliant film.
Gonna do that. Before you go, I was saying earlier on that I'm gonna get you to tell some jokes, right?
I'll do one tomorrow.
We've not had a joke session from you in a little while. So tomorrow morning, okay, you prepare some jokes because we're gonna have HPQ comedian joke session tomorrow. Now, guys, if you've not heard House Party Queen tell jokes, it is funny. I've never seen someone laugh at their own jokes before the punchline. But it's actually funny because the punchline coming in and you're like, okay, and she's laughing. Yeah, so throwing you in the deep end tomorrow morning for that.
I'm telling you, because I always find jokes funny, so I'm laughing whilst trying to read it. You know, I'm never going to be a comedian, but I'm giving it a good go. Just as much as I won't be a karaoke singer, you know, but I give it a go. I do try. And Nats Anu says, Out of This World Netflix, watch that if you love technology and Wi-Fi. Oh, going to download it now, Nats. I love a good
Netflix,
film.
Out of This World, yet. Remind me of that one. Yes. Miss Sugar Sweet says we're in trouble with your jokes.
Right. Well, it's time for me to go. It's been a bit of a light morning. I've brought more fun, more than news. We'll bring some more news tomorrow. But before I go, I do want to bring one last video for you guys. Okay. Now, I want to know where this place is. If anybody knows where it is, please tell me because I want to go there. This place is vibes. Partying when you eat. Sharky, I've got a video on there called The Jamaican Restaurant. I
kind of gathered it when you said that. You know what, actually, let me have a look about. I think I might recognize that. I'm just going to look at the first bit again. Hold on one second.
So those were the waiters going around that were serving the food, dancing around in the restaurant, and obviously the people in the middle were the cooks. So it's a lively restaurant, and it's one that I actually want to go to. Sorry, I got one.
It actually looks like a restaurant that's around here. Hold on, let me just have a quick look again. It looks like what's that restaurant chain? I don't know.
Oh, that. No, it can't be that. Not that.
It
fake
actually looks
Jamaican chain.
It actually looks like the restaurant chain. It actually looks like the one that's in Walthamstow. I recognise it. It looks very, very similar to that one. That's why I was trying to catch the front part because I could see the windows when you come in. That's the setting that they have. It's very interesting. But,
I will send it to you. You can have a look afterwards, and we'll see if by tomorrow we can come back and figure out where this place is. Nats Anu says she loves it. I love it as well. I want to go there and eat. I want to be dancing and eating. You ever dance for your food? You know when you get some food, you're like, yeah, some exciting food. That's how I want to be like, dancing and eating.
That would be quite good, you know. You get your chefs and everyone, you know, doing their thing. Everyone's singing while the chefs are cooking the food. It's kind of like fun, isn't it? They, you know, maybe a couple of people should jump on that idea and get with the entertainment in eating and just make it lively, you know. Don't come here if you want quietness.
Yeah.
Come here if you want to party.
Yeah. Listen, with that, it's time for HPQ to jump out of the Breakfast Flight show Pablo Mix is coming up next. Sharky DJ, thank you so much for the music this morning. It was absolutely wonderful as usual.
always.
Nice to see you on screen nice and early. I'll be on from 8 a.m. tomorrow, everybody. I shall see you then. Thank you.
Natson says there, those Chinese restaurants that have those cook stations in the middle. Yes, a lot of them do. There was actually Chinese writing on that one, so maybe I might be wrong. But it'd be very interesting to find out where that restaurant chain or that restaurant is. Anyway, HPQ, you go and do what you got to do, what you do best for the rest of the day, and I will see you soon. Take care.